First set, representing Team Italy.
Well,
Andrea,
given how quick the singles matches have been, maybe we'd let them off just a little bit. But here we go. Mixed doubles underway. Vavassori serving.
Does the chair umpire know that it's a dead rubber?
Well, she's got a lot of experience.
Do we need to be
Could
so
you have a word
harsh?
to her, please, Andrea? Good start for the Czechs. Patrik Rikl on the forehand court. 25 years of age, born in Bradenton in Florida.
I know it well.
A sloppy start from Team Italy. Interesting that both of the Czech team could actually play for the United States, because having been born there, they're actually US citizens first.
Yeah, and of course Bradenton, you see a fair few players either reside there or were born there. And that's because of this huge sporting academy, which is now called IMG Academy. It used to be called Bollettieri's back in the day. And having been there probably 2 years ago, yeah, I think that was the most recent time I was there, it has expanded beyond belief. It's like a college, basically, with the amount of sports that they have, the amount of people that are training there, and for tennis, you could take your pick of practice partners.
Did you train there when you were younger?
I did. Not when I was super young, but in my 20s, yeah, I did. It was just great to have a base in the US and some warm weather. And as I mentioned, the practice facilities were just incredible.
Opportunity missed there through break points, and in this mixed format here at the United Cup, we play a deciding point, so it is male to male on serve, female to female. So break point, game point. And the Italians throughout the tournament so far, they've actually played these points very well. And they do so once again. Nice comeback from Vavassori from love 40.
Maybe just needed a minute to get going after the last few hours of supporting on the bench and feeling all the emotions and the disappointment of the 2 losses in the singles.
And one of my favorite dynamics, maybe in all of the sport, is Sara Errani yelling at Andrea Vavassori at all times, who seems just so calm and such an introvert, and then she's just keeping the energy up of the team. Love it. Love opposites.
We've heard her a lot in the singles as well. Great to see her giving the younger ones some advice with all her experience.
Patrik Rikl won doubles runner-up title, or tag, you could say, to his name. That was last year, towards the end of the season in Stockholm. Lost to the Wimbledon champions in Harry Heliovara and Henry Patton in that final. Partnering Peter Nusa there. Not electing to go with big pace on the serve, just using the spin and angles really nicely on that swinging wide serve.
Oh, he's played a ton of challenger events on the doubles tour. 5 career titles at that level.
Gee, good overhead. Wasn't a lot of space there to take that angle
on. 1 game.
This is a really good doubles point. 2 very good defensive lobs. Couldn't get that one away, so it goes centre towards Errani. But have a look at this one here. Cuts around the outside of it. And be the angle that you would have least been expecting him to hit. So 1-1. Now this is the tough game for the Italians, trying to hang on to the Errani serve.
Love 50.
What they do so well. It's not the fastest serve.
15.
I think it's just over 110 kilometers per hour, but it's more about where it's placed in the box. And then Vavassori is so close at the net. That's what Czechia probably have to do quite often in these first few games. Go line on Vavassori when he's at the net. Keep him on one side.
God, that resembled my mum's backhand volley. She used to hit with the same face of the racket,
really?
Forehand and backhand. Yeah. She'd turn it over and hit it.
That's actually so hard, though.
Oh yeah, it takes a bit of skill to do that. She didn't know how skillful she was.
It's so interesting when you look back at all these players' results. Patrik Rikl played a junior Grand Slam doubles final at the Australian Open and lost to one Alex de Minaur. Small world, isn't it, this tennis world?
There's the signature lob from Sara Errani.
30.
And the other part to it is that she knows exactly who and where to lob. It's the longest part of the court. It's over Knutson, who's less likely to be able to get that overhead away. Every piece of the shot has a thought process to it from Errani.
An unusual miss, and even with that point, though, she doesn't mind if Knutson goes line on that side, because then it's going into her forehand corner from the baseline. So when they're discussing the eye, it's setting herself up so that she can get over there and Vavassori can cover the cross.
They better hurry here. The shot clock getting down perilously close here. So that's a big hold for Errani, and Team Italy are on serve. 2-1 in the first. Well, Sydney has showcased many things. It's had the fireworks on New Year's Eve. This is the vivid. It is done each year here, where the monuments and buildings are lit up. It's quite extraordinary what they're able to do, and very much worth visiting. And of course the Sydney Opera House, which I just find extraordinary, that the things that they can do with this type of light technology. It's just magnificent. Ken Rosal Arena, of course built for the Sydney 2000 Olympics. Well, Team Italy playing for pride here in this mixed doubles. Team Czechia have been far too good in the two singles. A dominating performance from Mukova and Mahac tonight. And the United Cup over for Italy, but you still want to get this one on the scoreboard. These two have played good tennis for their country throughout this week, and they'd like to take that confidence onto the next tournament, and then of course onto the Australian Open. So first to look at Gabriela Knutson's serve. 1-2. Good hands from Rikl.
15.
How's the atmosphere down there, Andrea? There's a fair few people still hanging around for this mix. They want more tennis.
They definitely want more tennis, and interestingly, Renzo Forlan, the Italian captain, is not in the Italian box as of right now. But other than that, everyone else seemed to have stayed.
We'll forgive him as he's getting some dinner.
He's probably getting some dinner, yeah. And I actually saw Gabriela Knutson at the US Open quali. She has a nice first serve, but sometimes when she gets nervous, has very little spin on the second serve, so something to keep an eye on. I saw her double fault a few times in important moments, but looks quite in charge right here, right now.
Yeah, lost first round of that qualies in New York. Made it to the last round of qualies at the AO in 2024 though. In my mind, that's the toughest loss in tennis. You're so close, yet so far.
That's a really good hold. So we're all level, 4 holes of serve.
2 games.
And you guys already talked about it, but you can really tell that Rikl feels very comfortable on the doubles court.
Yeah.
When you just look at him, he's moving around, he's not afraid of the ball, he moves forward. You can tell, like, good aura for doubles.
Well, I grew up playing with his dad, or against his dad, on many an occasion, who also had a very good understanding of the doubles court. So that craft would have been passed on about, you know, the percentages of angles and where you play the ball and timing for those intercepts. Oh, good strike up the line. His dad, David, won 30 career ATP Tour doubles titles.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Just had a look, and in that last round of qualies at AO, she lost 6 in the third. And then even tougher, she lost 6 in the third again at Wimbledon qualies. Oh, I feel for her.
That would have been something if she made that return. Knifing slice forehand. Trying to pull it back down the line. Vavassori too strong. Team Italy have a 3-2 lead on serve in the first set of this mixed doubles.
I'm obsessed with the sliding doors moments in tennis, and I'm now obsessed with Knutson's losses at the Slam qualies. So she lost second round of Wimbledon qualies, 7-6 in the third, to Lulu Sun, who then qualifies, makes quarter-final, and is now ranked 40 in the world. Isn't it so funny how that works out from time to time?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to have done the work, be ready to walk through the door when your moment
so
comes.
Quickly.
What ifs and maybes. Did you have... Well, we've been talking about sliding door moments and opportunities that might have changed things for you. Andrea, any of those sliding door moments for you throughout your career that you've gone, well, this helped, but this maybe didn't?
Ooh, that's a good question. For me, it was the first time I beat a top 10. It was Svetlana Kuznetsova. After that, something shifted in my belief. That's why I always strongly believe in these wins that can undo obstacles in your head.
I like that. Obstacles in your head.
I got a lot of those.
I think we all do. It's a bit like a pinball machine in mine.
Let's not go down this combo.
There's that natural doubles flare that you were talking about. I wouldn't even call it flare. It's just real good, really solid, isn't it?
He doesn't overplay. And for someone who hasn't played a ton of mixed, he's come out here with some really nice intentions. Even that way he's placing the first volley, it's not straight at Vavassori because he's really good at those block volleys. It's down at his feet, and then, you know, it's got to come up if he's going to get it back.
Well, nothing wrong with that. Gabriela just not getting the racket out in front and position well enough there. Well, she sort of did have it there, didn't she? But just didn't get it in the right place.
She's trying to protect her face as well.
Good eye from Patrik. Rikl lets that go and it falls long.
3 games on.
So this is what it comes down to. You feel like these 2 games. I just can't imagine what it feels like to have the pressure on you like Errani has every time she goes to serve. You're all hoping for like an easier, cheaper game, but for her it's a fight to the death every time she has to step to the line.
And she does get so nervous on her second serve when it's a key moment in a match. The other day we were talking about how in Riyadh at the WTA finals she's playing with Paolini and they've won so many titles in the year. They won Olympic gold and it's 6-all in the breaker and she still throws in an underarm serve.
Because she couldn't throw the normal one in.
Yeah, she was just too nervous, too much pressure on herself. You see even that one, the ball toss goes way over the head.
It's funny, isn't it? 37 years of age, you've done everything in the sport. You'd wonder what there is to be nervous about. It's a rhetorical type of question, statement, but
you can always find something.
And it's interesting here, Gabriela actually stands in exactly the same place you would stand with somebody with a lot better serve. I think she could actually take a few steps forward. You saw it in the first point where she missed the volley, just being a bit far behind the net, considering how slow the serve of Sara Errani is, really.
it's not always about pace, because that game certainly wasn't massive serving, but it's a hold to love, and Errani and Vavassori lead 4-3 in the opening set.
I'm happy to report that Renzo is back. He has eaten dinner.
And nice to see Paolini on the bench.
And I think Renzo's got to be a pasta man, don't you think, Andrea?
Absolutely, with a nice glass of red, don't you think?
Yeah, the Chianti.
No one told me there was red in the player lounge.
After work.
Back at the hotel tonight, he's had a tough day.
Well, the semi-finals lineup is all set here in the United Cup. It's coming our way Saturday. Double-header, day session and a night session. First up,
Time.
it will be Kazakhstan hitting the court. They've arrived over from Perth.
Touch. Love it.
Kazakhstan will take on Poland in the day session, and then that will be followed by, in the evening, Team Czechia, who have won this tie here this evening, and they will take on the United States.
Get me a front row seat and some popcorn for the women's matches tomorrow.
They're big, aren't
And
they?
I will be very happy. Mukova against Coco Gauff, and then Iga Swiatek against Elena Rybakina. Doesn't get better than that.
No, that could be the semi-finals in Melbourne. Oh, great accuracy. Knutson. I mean, I'm sure Arena Sabalenka's wouldn't be too happy hearing that, but you know, it's still top notch. She's looking in very good form too, by the way, up in Brisbane. A couple of points coming up here for Czechia.
Oh, tough time for the double fault. That's the one you were talking about, Petko. Just decelerated.
It's the first break opportunity for Team Italy. Got to be thinking line here, wouldn't you, if you were Vavassori? That Rikl holds centre well. He should have.
He didn't listen to you.
No, it had that feel all about it, that one needed to go down there. So it's a deciding point. Oh, he's just made it. That was a little lucky, but an excellent dipping forehand after what was a little bit of a dodgy second serve.
And I just love how competitive Sara Errani is. This doubles technically means nothing, but she's furious inside that this still touched. And I love these kind of competitors. It's so fun to watch.
Thanks for getting it on the line on the sudden death juice point.
I mean, this is all legit, but you know, sometimes the fellow won't be happy if the lady goes after him like that.
That's fair game.
Is it okay if he goes back at her though?
Yeah.
Okay.
She had that. That was a red error at the net from Sara Errani.
My mother always taught me that you never hit it at the lady. You've got to hit it round. I was never allowed to hit it straight at the lady.
Your mother also played volleys with the same side of the racket.
Let's not take her advice on that one.
And she said that the lady always should serve first in the mixed doubles, and be sure that you always let the lady walk around the net post first.
I only agree with the last one.
That's a good service game. Quick one, and the Italians still on top, 5-4 first set.
Italian 5 games to 4.
So which ones do you think that I used?
I hope just the last one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I can't imagine you ever letting Stubbsy serve first in the mixed.
No, that's correct.
Also, when I've played mixed, I've been expecting it coming straight into my body. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
you just need to be ready for it.
It's a legit play. And that's actually what...
And if someone was doing it to me and my partner wasn't doing it back, I'd get really annoyed.
Exactly. And that's what Errani does so well. She doesn't back away, right? That's why she's so good in the mix, is that she holds her ground. If anything, her body weight and her feet are actually going forward in search for that ball, and that helps you pick up those reflexes. That's something you always tell any player that's playing. As soon as you backpedal, you step up a little bit, you come out of your volleying frame, and there's a good chance that you're going to get tagged. So discussion on Team Italy's bench.
Time.
And you were talking about kick serves in mix. That was a nice little jumpy kick serve. Not a lot of pace, only 139, but more spin than Errani's used to being able to deal with. You can see it come off the strings without any control.
Yeah, in the mix, the kick serve, I mean, it just comes from a different trajectory. Rikl's not even super tall, only 6'1". but combined with the acceleration that the guys can get into that.
Rikl actually mixes the speed of serve up well. He's at 199, 187, 139. So you're kind of not really, as the returner, finding a bit of rhythm on when it's coming to you. You're early, you're late, you're jammed. It's good serving.
That was the perfect example of what you two just talked about. She keeps moving forward no matter what. You can see her getting closer and closer to the net with each volley.
And what happens then too, Andrea, is you keep searching for the ball. It's like your body's out after it. It's just a really natural reaction.
Trying to do with that?
Not sure he wanted it to come back. He was trying to dispatch the overhead and wasn't ready to play the next one.
Games on.
It's kind of a sin to miss that second serve return. You know what I think a little bit is try to get it back actually with not a lot of pace, because that's what Sara really feeds off, that pace to be able to redirect well.
Hey, you keep slandering her serve, but she's the one who's won 6 points in a row on it.
Yeah.
Make that 7. It is really tricky to know what to do with it, though.
But they're not close, that one. That was halfway up the net. It's going to be really frustrating him.
Well, if you're going to roll it in, though, where do you place it? Because Vavassori's covering 3/4 of the court there with his first volley.
Well, that's dispatched in another love game for Errani. Maybe we've got to use a few lobs off the return. We'll see whether the Czechs can implement that. It's 6-5 though. Looks like we might be heading to a tiebreak. Another day down for this year's United Cup, as we've been through the group stage and the quarterfinals are now done. Semi-finals are in place for tomorrow, Saturday, here in Sydney. This one, Italy playing for pride after losing both the singles here earlier this evening. Gabriela, Knutson serving to see if the Czechs can take this to a tiebreak.
Yeah, you could see Vavassori edging closer and closer. That's the one where you just want to hold it a second longer and ideally go line.
Scoreline pressure building as well on Knutson here. Well, this was an opportunity miss. You can just see his weight heading left, covering the line. He's kind of balking a bit there and doesn't get the momentum in the right direction.
Sara's move.
That was a vicious look after she nearly took his crown jewels out. She sees a funny side up, but now I'm not sure that Patrik does. All right. Couple of set points for Team Italy. Oh, how good is that?
Team Italy.
Another crafty lob from the 37-year-old Sara Errani, a master on the doubles court, and Team Italy take the opening set, a long set, 43 minutes, and it was 7 games to 5.
The celebrations confuse me slightly, but I like their energy overall. She's been looking for one of those, Errani. Close set though, in terms of the numbers, there wouldn't be too much in it. Both of them winning a good amount of points on their first serve. For Errani and Vavassori, it's less than we've seen in previous matches, especially on that first serve percentage. They've been up in the 80s, so that's made a difference for them. But for Team Czechia, they'll be thinking, oh, could have converted a few of those break points. 0 for 5 can really turn a set around.
Well, Andrea, take us through a couple of these highlights here.
I thought it was a really fun match. I was laughing the whole way through just because of Sara Errani's great facial expressions. You can really read everything in her face, and these lobs really were a beauty, and the 2 times she used them were in very important moments. And I just have to wonder whether the experience of the two, Errani and Vavassori, makes the difference in the end in such a tight set. Laura just mentioned the break points.
We'll talk about stepping up the last couple of points of that tiebreak. Sara Errani, wonderful intercept to get in, and punishes Patrik Rikl and then comes up with this wonderful little deft hands on the topspin lob to seal the deal in the opening set. So Vavassori has got the balls again, opening for Italy in set 2.
Committed to trying to get the return. She's okay. Can't say she's not trying.
Oh.
I'm sure she's really happy that they're showing the slow-mo replay on the big screen too.
I'm not sure it's a highlight reel, but it'll go good on TikTok or something of the like, won't it? That'll get some views. This is the funny side of it. Her study, tell us a little bit about her study, because it's quite interesting. She's done a bit of work and enjoys the media.
Yeah, did broadcast journalism at Syracuse University and then kept going. That's what I find really interesting. It's such a great college career in the tennis side of things. Was ranked number 4 in the NCAAs. Was named an All-American, first Syracuse player to do so since 1995. And amazingly finished her college career with 179 combined wins. That's a ton of tennis.
Sure is.
But yeah, close to home, moved to Durham, which is actually where my brother went to university in the north of England. Spent 3 years over there doing 2 postgraduate degrees. Also named Team Durham's Sportsperson of the Year, although I'm not quite convinced that the level of tennis is as high as it is in the American college system.
He served that one well tonight. Gets it so short up the line, there's nothing you can do.
Game in Czechia. 1 game.
So a comfortable hold. He's served well. He's done his job well. Just that one game they got under pressure at 5-6 on the Knutson serve. So what are we on a run of? Is it 8 in a row for Sara here?
But who's counting?
You make it 9.
Can she get to double digits?
15.
We jinxed it.
15.
Well, kind of the right idea, but Patrick's a really good mover at net. He's a natural volleyer, and as I've said, knows the space as well, gets back. Like, I was going to say like the old days, a bit like when his dad was playing, not many lobs got over net players' heads, no matter how good the lob was.
And Errani is just so good at those low ones that she dips into the feet as well. So you kind of have to cover for both the lob and the low one.
See, you can't tell from the backswing at all, can you? Skies. Okay, the momentum swung on the Errani serve. It was 9 in a row, but all of a sudden, 3-point swing the other way, and it's break point for Team Czechia.
I don't think you need to rush to go for the cross-court ball there. Sit in the down-the-line baseline rally until you feel like you really can get some nice angle on it. That one played into Vavassori's hands. He wanted it.
And as they've done all throughout the United Cup, they win those pressure points. And it's a holder serve for Errani and Team Italy. A set and 2-1.
Aspettati sempre bellissimo perché è male.
As players head back out onto court here on Ken Rosal Arena, you expect that this game is one where the Italians try to up the ante just a little bit. The intensity might really lift. They got out of a break point, deciding point on the Errani serve, and this is the game they broke the last time that Gabriela Knutson served. So, pressure moment for Team Czechia about to come. Well, that was a planned move from both of them to cross and cover, but just too good. Had to be perfect, and it was.
Maybe play the volley back line now, back towards Knutson.
Line or sort of up towards middle a bit more, but don't put it on Rikl's racket. He doesn't miss. It was a bit like a windscreen wiper there that wasn't getting any water off the screen for a moment. Finally gets in the right position here.
Was great.
Not his best on that volley. I think that's one he'd just rather forget, Andrea. He nearly hit it actually behind him.
I'm sorry, I don't have the right to laugh because I would have managed to play a volley into my own shoe, but I just had to.
He almost got it going back behind him.
Yes, and I was not sure if Sara was going to laugh at him or yell at him. It was like on the verge of both.
It's interesting, occasionally a couple of forehand volleys he's had in this match tonight where it's been no pace and just getting below net level. He has a bit of a forehand grip and he has to kind of start manipulating the face, which has turned out to be a little uncomfortable for him. Anything above net height, he dispatches very well.
And he can serve.
It's 2 on 4. Good return from Rikl there. Just reactionary short backswing, blocks it back cross court.
It's almost surprising when you see how well Rikl plays doubles that he's not ranked a bit higher.
Well, I think chatting to Daniel Vacek, the captain, the team captain, he hasn't spent a lot of time trying to get there. He's now decided that, yes, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, his results from the last 6 months, he's at least playing with the same partner. He's playing with another Czech player, Peter Nusa. But his win-loss record for the year, 53-23, is decent.
But more challenger.
A lot more challenging,
so, yeah. So now is that breakthrough opportunity time. Timidly get the hold once again. And it is 3-2 now in the second set. Now our colleague here in our commentary team, Sam Smith, whenever she comes down to Australia, she makes sure that she finds a pool, because swimming's very important to her because of some back issues that she's had, and there are plenty of them here in Sydney.
There's plenty of them, but her favourite one's being renovated right now.
Oh,
it's an absolute nightmare, so she's got to pick something else.
I mean, look at that there.
I'd go icebergs.
Exactly, that's at Bondi Beach. There's so many spots, over 100 beaches, and many of those beaches have actually saltwater rock pools that are tidal, so they get washed in and out each day, and it's magnificent. We saw Team Poland take advantage of that. That's where they got their mascot, their flamingo, that's been sitting on the side of the court. Still spectators around on the outer grounds here at the Sydney Olympic Park Tennis Centre, Ken Rosewall Arena, built for the 2000 Olympics. It didn't have that roof covering on it back then. That's something that we've had in the last about 6 years, I think it is now.
Time.
Made a massive difference to the venue. Sydney weather in the summer can be a little sporadic between showers, late storms in the afternoon. Often hot and muggy. It has been that so far in the tournament, but a little cooler here this evening.
Unleashed that last forehand.
Trouble here for Team Czechia. Vavassori doing his thing at net. This is that gelling they do so well. Set up by a good return from Sara Errani, and then he starts covering the net. Smothers it. It seems like you have no space to get anything past him, which then suggests that you've got to start using a few lobs, push him back off the net.
30.
She's so smart. I mean, that ball should not have gone anywhere else, but she hits it into the proper spot every time.
Well, that's why she's so good.
Yep. She's pleased the right shot so often, and she's given Team Italy and her partner, Andrea Vavassori, a break point. Oh, well done, Gabriela.
Yes.
Well, she knew it was coming at her, didn't she?
Yeah. And you could see how she just refused to move across, held her ground because she knew it was most likely coming line here. And then again, you know, the second one's coming right back here at you as well.
So a deciding point. Assuming she's going to stay where she is. Net. Good decision. Wonderful second serve. So that was a tough game. They got out of it.
3 games on.
It's kind of game on from now, isn't it? You get the first set. And there's a thing in Australia called the chook raffle. You go down to the local pub and then you win a chook if you go into a raffle. And I think it's sort of like the first set's just like the chook raffle. You've just won the chicken to take home. It's nothing special. And the match starts now.
Is it a cooked chicken?
No, they used to do it like with frozen chickens, and they'd put them in a little cage and spin it, and then one would pop out and be different size numbered chickens.
And you want that?
No, that's what I call the first set of mix sometimes. Just like, yeah, frozen chook.
I feel like we need some time to just process what you've just told us.
It's kind of, yeah, it's exactly, it means
Were
nothing.
you entering in the chook raffle?
Yeah, you buy a ticket. And so
But why, though? Why do you want to win
Because
the
you
frozen chicken?
want to take a chicken home. Yeah, you go down to the pub, you have a beer, and you take dinner home and cook it. Yeah, they're not live chickens. They're frozen.
30.
You know how you can get different numbers, size 10, size 11, size 12, and so, yeah. You never heard of that?
No,
Very-
amazingly not. With
very-
2 Aussie parents, I don't think they've participated in the raffle.
Your parents were travelling a lot.
Not proper Aussies, otherwise they'd be taking a chook home.
Anyways, that's a great return. I can hear you saying, what the heck are you talking about? Well, what I am trying to get to is the fact that for a set and a half, it doesn't really matter. The pressure is on, yes, for the Czechs here. But from 3-all, if you can get some momentum on your side, you sneak this set, and then it's all about a tie break. Then it comes down to point by point. And momentum can swing so quickly in these sorts of matches.
It's a great return from breakpoint down in the previous game. They've got some chances here. One down, one to go. It's going to be Knutson again, so you imagine same kind of tactics. Serve placed towards the body and let Vavassori do some work at the net.
There it is. That's what I was talking about. Momentum can change in a heartbeat. And Team Czechia have got the break. 4-3. They lead in the second.
And they are thinking, man, if I could just have a frozen chicken right now.
Yeah, the old chook.
Glad we don't have a British equivalent.
No. You have the meat raffle.
Like
You
a Scotch egg or something.
you'd have the meat raffle. You don't have that either. You go down to the club and you buy your tickets, and they call out the number, and yep, that's me. And you then go and choose your tray of chops, or maybe there's some rump or sausages and rissoles. Very Australian thing to do in the summertime. Well, they're still in it to take a clean sweep here tonight, Team Czechia against Team Italy, having won both singles in very emphatic fashion. The Italians just looking to win this one for some pride. They're the favourites in here. You've got the US Open champions in Vavassori and Errani. But you've got two very accomplished doubles players that have both played a lot of tennis. We talked about how much Patrik Rikl has played in the challenges over the last 12 months, and Gabriela Knutson, who's played enormous amount of tennis in terms of matches at the college level. And you've laid out very nicely, Laura, how she chose to keep on studying. The studies are done, and now she's back here looking on the professional circuit at the United Cup, representing Team Czechia. Good stories. What are the chances of hanging on to this service game, though, Andrea?
This first point was so important for Czechia and especially for Knutson, who has this second serve. She just doesn't have enough spin, so when she gets a bit tight, it can fly on her on that second serve. But they do seem more and more comfortable out here.
Career high doubles ranking is not particularly great. 270 in the world, but when you have to factor in just how much doubles she would have played at college, I mean, the amount of matches that you have to play in a season there is slightly ridiculous. Most people's bodies start to crumble slightly. So clearly she's used to it. And the fact that they've dropped in some I formation, it's a good little partnership they've got.
Well, some good quality first serves from Knutson, and it's given an opportunity to consolidate that break.
And Vavassori just looks a bit out of sorts right now, as if he had a slight dip in concentration. So he will look to make this return now and hope Sara Errani takes it from there.
And misses by quite a way, overplays, and so it is Czechia 5-3.
Team Italy coming a bit unstuck here.
And Vavassori just a little rattled, isn't he? And that's what I was talking about. You know, I did go off tangent a little bit talking about the chook raffle, but it's exactly what I was sort of trying to allude to, is how things can really change. You can be on top and in mix, then things can just really feel like the floodgates open and you're drowning out there.
And you just see the communication break down a bit more as well, now that they're feeling a bit unsure. Previous matches, we've seen them cover the middle of the court so well, the Italians.
But I said it, how well Sara Errani's placing balls, and she hits the right shot, but so is Knutson at this point, isn't she? When she's coming forward, she's putting it all in and around Errani, so Vavassori can't help. And that's why he started to get rattled, because he then starts to feel like, I have to do more, have to play bigger, have to try to help out, and then he's overplaying. He's missing by quite a way. That one overplayed though. There might have been a few nerves early on for Knutson, because now she's really showcasing some of her skill set and enjoying it at the same time. That lovely little forehand gives Czechia a set point. Poor miss on the volley, and so there you have it from 3-all. Quickly, Czechia wins it, and we'll be back after this break for the deciding match tiebreak.
Aye. If Team Czechia can win this breaker.
So if you're Team Italy here, this is where these first maybe 3 to 5 points, you've got to try to get that momentum back that was lost. So Vavassori there, you can see him running back to go serve again. He's just trying to switch the feel. And that helps enormously. So here's an interesting one for you. So when you start a new set, right, anyone can serve. So why did Patrik Rikl serve first? He only had 1 point.
Knowing that he's only going to have 1 point.
Yeah. That was a mistake, eh? Because now the pressure comes on Gabriela. And Italy make them pay the price. Yeah, there's a fair chance that Team Italy are going to get the ball back into play on the return of Knutson, but Rikl has been holding serve quite well. He's been, a lot of free points. So you've really got to think through, and they clearly didn't there.
I think with a 10-point tie break, though,
it evens out a little.
It evens out, and as long as you can keep it close till around 7-8, you've always got to look in. And they'll know that they're going to have a good chance on Errani's serve as well.
This is those crucial ones for Team Italy. Sneak one of these two, then you'd think, okay, we've done okay. It's a mini break for the Italians.
Team Italy.
And a change of ends after 6 points.
Oh, Sara.
Honestly, you do not need a sip of water after 6 mixed points.
It's late. Todd's had enough. They might be dehydrated.
They just had a set break.
Well, you can never get enough fluids in.
And they better not take a toilet break.
Oh, well done. He knew the first volley was coming straight at him.
5-2, Team Italy.
In that situation with Vavassori at the net, I'd probably just go return back cross court.
Well, 2 big holds of service points from Errani, so that pressure really on Czechia.
It's a late move from Knutson to go for the I formation.
Almost put Rikl off there, I think. Once she's settled into this, you can really tell that Gabriela's played quite a bit of doubles because her timing's really good in the move here. Look where she is there, and then bang, she's not hesitating. She realizes that that's her ball, and she's out after it. It's just the 1 point mini break difference.
6-4, Team Italy.
That's another must-win point for Vavassori on his own serve here. He's pulled it long. It was the right play. Errani had absolutely no chance of getting that one back in play.
So the gap widens with that unforced error off the backhand. 8-4, 2 points away, Team Italy. As we change ends once again after 6 more points.
More water?
More water.
Yeah, go on then.
This is not a sit down. Knutson's sitting down. She's up again now, but
She forgot.
this is that point for pride for Team Italy.
Don't worry. She's on the case with the time clock.
She will be. I must admit, she's a wonderful umpire, Maria Cicek, that's for sure. She's incredibly experienced. She didn't muck around for Team Czechia, gave them a warning before we even started.
Back to the simple pattern to play that won them the first set. It's a timeout. Who said, oh no? No, I think it was an accident.
Well, no, Team Czechia practiced it, and it has to be on.
Timeout is cancelled.
It's got to be before your own serve.
Which is something, hopefully, that we can change next year. I kind of like the concept of the timeout.
Timeout.
Oh, no. So
False alarm.
False alarm cancelled. But yeah, if we could get it at any time in the mixed doubles, I think that's the way to go. It should be fantastic. But now it is match point. And there it is. Job done.
2 sets to 1. 7-5, 3-6, 10-4.
Team Italy go undefeated in the mixed doubles here at the United Cup, but it's Team Czechia who will go through to the semi-finals to take on the United States. Another entertaining mixed affair. And the US Open champions, after a little hiccup there in the second set, find a way to get it done, Laura.